my name is Emma, and today I am doing an updated signed book collection. About 2 or 3 months ago, I had posted my first signed book collection, and since then I've gotten a lot more books signed, so I felt the need to do an updated one before the year ends. 13 newly signed books for this video. I'm really enjoying doing these signed book collection videos just because I go to so many different signings and stuff because I'm lucky enough to have that opportunity. And I understand that a lot of people don't get the chance to meet their favorite author, but I know that I'm grateful that I'm lucky enough to, and I just wanted to share all of these books with you guys. I have already shown and discussed all of these 13 books on my channel in various videos, but I want to have them all together so that I have my 2 signed book collections of 2015, and then next year when I start getting more books signed, then I can show you those. I think I posted that first video in September, so since then I've gone to 2 different events with those books, so I'm going to start with the first event, which was the Cassandra Clare and Holly Black signing. I vlogged that entire experience. If you want to see that like live and happening with me getting those books signed, you can click the link in the description. The first book I got signed was City of Glass by Cassandra Clare, and she signed it here. Now I'm an idiot and I never put my post-its in the right area because when you go to a book signing, a lot of times they'll make you put like a post-it where you want them to sign it with your name and whatever else, and you're supposed to put it on this page, but I'm stupid and I put it on that page, but it's still signed. That's the most important thing. And I also have City of Glass signed in the exact same spot. Now, like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about this event because I do the whole entire experience is in that vlog, which I'm really proud of, so you might want to watch it. That leaves only 2 Mortal Instruments books that I'm missing from Cassandra Clare's sign. We ended up talking for like 15 minutes after the signing, just one-on-one, which was really amazing in itself. But she told me that she was coming back for Lady Midnight. She was going to have a signing, so hopefully I can get her to sign Lady Midnight and I can get her to sign the last 2 Mortal Instruments books, and then I'll have the entire Mortal Instruments series signed, and I'm super excited. The next author that I met was Holly Black, so I got The Darkest Part of the Forest signed, and it says For Emma, and it's signed right there. And I also got The Coldest Girl in Cold Town signed by her right there as well, and it still says For Emma, Holly Black. And I love Holly Black's signature so much, it's so cool. But I had finished The Coldest Girl in Cold Town like days before I met Holly Black because I had already read The Darkest Part of the Forest, but I was like, I don't want to go to a book signing only reading 1 book from this author, I want to read 2, so I read it, and I was just like in full-blown Coldest Girl in Cold Town mode because that book was amazing. And it was just so amazing to like be able to talk to her and like just tell her how much I loved the book. She was like so taken aback because like I was just like word vomiting all of these compliments about her and her books. Holly Black is just super cool. Now the moderator for the conversation of that signing was actually David Levithan, and he was signing some books, so I bought Every Day by him. So I had bought it at the 92Y, which is where the signing was, and I didn't realize that those were like signed copies, a lot of them, so it was already signed. So I get up to the signing line and I'm like, oh shit, like now he's not going to be able to sign it, and I haven't read this book yet, so what am I supposed to say to him? But he told me that he could personalize it, so he wrote, To Emma, live every day in wonder, and he signed it because they had signed these books previously at Books of Wonder, who works very closely with the 92Y. But I thought it was like nice that like even though it was signed, like he wrote something extra in it. And I still haven't gotten around to reading Every Day yet, but I hear nothing but good things, so I really want to read it. So the final author that I met at that signing was David Baldacci, the author of the Finisher series, and apparently like 50 other books that I've never heard of, like my mistake. I got out of that signing, I thought he was like a new author or something, because in the little blurb about the signing it said his new YA series, so I'm like, oh, like he's a new author, but no, like everyone knows who he is besides me. And so what I like about this is the inside is black, so he signed it in silver Sharpie, and like I thought it was really cool. The Finisher sounds like this super awesome like dystopian fantasy, and this is another one that I haven't gotten around to reading yet, and I don't hear much of it on BookTube, but I'm like really interested in it, so I'm excited to read it soon. But he was super nice. Like I hate going to book signings and not knowing the authors, because every single time I end up buying their books and talking to them, because I feel bad when you have this massive line for Cassandra Clare and Holly Black and like nobody's at his table, so I'm like, let me go buy his book and get him to sign it and talk about it with him. But he was like super excited and I was super excited, so it was a really cool experience. Then we move on to YALLFest 2015, and that's another one where I have a montage of all the clips I took, and I also have a wrap-up where I also show these books. So if you want to know like the play-by-play of YALLFest, I'll link those 2 videos down below as well. In this video, like I'm not talking too much about the experiences because I feel like I've already talked about them so much on my channel and I don't want to be repetitive, but I like having all my signed books in a specific area, so like when you go you can be like, oh look, she has all these books signed, and like I'm super excited because I have all of these books signed, so I hope you're excited seeing all of these signed books. So the first book I got signed at YALLFest was Last Sacrifice by Richelle Mead. She said, To Emma, thanks for reading Richelle Mead. I think that's how she signed it when I met her after reading Vampire Academy. I think it's the same exact one, which is nice. So I had originally met Richelle Mead at BookCon 2015, but I had only read Vampire Academy, the first book in this series, when I met her. So like I was like obsessing over Vampire Academy while talking to her, but I hadn't read all of the books. And if you know me now, Vampire Academy is one of my all-time favorite series, so it was like so wonderful to go back and say like, I met you when I had only just read these books and now I finished all of them and they're so amazing. It was a really cool experience, and like I say this in like the other videos that I'm talking about, but she had originally had like a signing that was ticketed and only like the first 75 people got signed. But I had gone back later for a different signing, and she was just chilling there signing more books, so I'm like, let me hop on over to this line and get my book signed. So like, that was cool. I love Richelle Mead so much, and I love Vampire Academy so much, and like, it's gonna be a struggle getting all of them signed, but I'm determined to have all 6 books signed. Only 4 more to go. The next author that I met was Leigh Bardugo, and that is the author of Shadow and Bone. She said this one to Emma, Leigh Bardugo, and then she also signed 6 of Crows, which I haven't read yet, but I bought it anyways, and she wrote to Emma, Leigh Bardugo, Be Dangerous, and I'm not sure like what's so dangerous about this book, but I'm assuming it's pretty dangerous because she wrote it when she signed it. So the reason I ended up meeting Richelle Mead was because I made it to the line for Leigh Bardugo because she had like a much longer signing line, and so at some point they had cut it off, but we were like the last people to be on the line for the cutoff. We were like right at the edge of the doors when they shut them, and we were like, oh sweet, like we're gonna be the last people to meet her, but they ended up cutting it off again, and we're like, take these wristbands, come back later, she'll have a signing after her event. So we went to the Leigh Bardugo signing, and that was where Richelle Mead was, and so I got to meet 2 authors there, which was cool. Leigh Bardugo is super funny and nice. Oh my god, she is so amazing. I haven't finished the Gracie trilogy yet, and I don't know what's wrong with me, but I really want to, and I want to read 6 of Crows, and it was just super awesome to meet her. Then the next author that I met at Y'all Fest was Marissa Meyer, and she signed Cinder, which is by Marissa Meyer, and she wrote to Emma, Marissa Meyer, and then she also signed Winter, and she wrote to Emma, Marissa Meyer, but they stamped it with the stamp that says Join the Resistance, and so I had really wished that I would have met her after reading Winter, because I had only read it once I had met her, but she was super nice and sweet, and like I didn't want to take up too much time, because like I could tell she was exhausted, and she still had such a long line that I didn't want to take up the time from everyone else, but like I told her how much I loved her books because they were the reason that I got into sci-fi, and they were so amazing, and so even though we waited for a ridiculous amount of time, it was super worth it. Then the next author that I had met was Brewer, who is the author of the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd, and so he signed the first book, which is 8th Grade Bleeds, and it just says Zach with the fangs, and then he also signed 12th Grade Kills the same exact way, and I ended up getting 8th Grade Bites in a different, like a hardcover for my boyfriend, because my boyfriend is the reason that I read the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd like 5 billion years ago, and so he personalized that one, and it was like, to Doug, may the fangs be with you, Zach, and like, it was super nice. Like, I'm like hyperventilating in line, like I don't talk about the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd much, but like I love these books so much, and so like as soon as I was like in the same room with Zach Brewer, I'm just like, I'm gone. Like we had like such a great conversation, and like I was supposed to take a picture with him, but he ended up having to go to a different event, so I didn't get a picture, but like it was so wonderful to tell him finally how much I love these books, because I never even thought that I would ever get the chance to meet him. Like, Zach Brewer was like a last minute signing for me, but it was so wonderful to meet him, and I forgot that I actually have 3 more books to show you. So these last 3 books are actually rounding up the total of this book haul, or signed book haul, to like 16, I think, which is a lot of books. And so also at Y'all Fest, actually the first signing on Saturday, because there were 2 days, I got the entire Selection series signed by Kiara Cass. And so we got the Selection, which is this one, and it says Emma Kiara Cass, and then we got the Elite by Kiara Cass, and it says Emma Kiara Cass, and then we have the One by Kiara Cass, and it says Emma Kiara Cass. But I love the Selection series so much, and I didn't even think that I would make it to the Kiara Cass signing because her line was pretty long too, but I made it, and she was so nice and sweet. She is so adorable in person, like holy crap. Like I could tell she was having so much fun signing all of these books for people, and like it was so wonderful to meet her because this is one of my new favorite dystopians that I only recently read, and so it was super cool to meet all of these authors. Like I feel like I'm not like doing a good job explaining the experience, but it was so wonderful to meet all of them. So like I said, this one was kind of rushed because I've already talked about them so much on my channel, but I just want to get these out of the way and make room for all of the 2016 signed books that I'm hopefully going to get next year. So if you want to see the full experience of both of these events, the Cassandra Clare and Holly Black signing vlog while I'm like in the moment, and then I have the Y'all Fest montage, which is like just a bunch of clips with some music, or else I have the entire wrap up where I talk about like every detail of the weekend. All 3 of those videos are linked below if you're interested. But that's it for my signed book collection. Leave me a comment below about anything about signed books. If you've ever been to a signing, what authors have you met? What authors do you want to meet? Have you ever ordered a signed book? Anything about signed books, because they are the best kind of books. I want to know, so leave me a comment below. That is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon for a new one. Bye! So we're going to be picking out 20 cards to hold at once for each scenario to choose from. So count out 20.
All the paper cuts. How Hamish Abernathy won his Hunger Games. What even is this? These are all awful. I pulled the worst. Ew!
Two.
Ooh.